Hello, what's up, guys? It's Alex again with another FOMO Friday video. All right, so today has been a good day for me. As you can see, I made 15,000 in profits in the simulator, of course. This is still the simulator. I'm planning to go back to real life, real money trading next week, probably on Tuesday, because in my performance so far, on Mondays, I tended to do, well, not good. I have not a single green Monday. So I'm a bit careful with Monday. And with that kind of thought of having to be careful, I also went into today being Friday because historically I have not done too well on Fridays because Fridays there might be a lot of going on, a lot of activity early on in the market, but then it's just fading for the rest of the day. And I lost last week, for example. I had a very big loss throughout the day because I don't remember how it started, but in the end, the momentum just faded, and in the end, people started selling off. So I took a big loss. So I went into today with that kind of mindset, and in fact, I can see the same thing happening. Although I managed it a lot better today. Oh, look at this! This is now breaking 460. Finally, after look how long this has been struggling. This has been struggling for what is this? 10:25 for more than 30 minutes. For 40 minutes, it's been touching this for more than 40 minutes. Anyway, getting distracted here. The first 10 minutes, I did really well. The first 10 minutes, I took good trades where I managed my risk quite well. And they were SLNO, Hair, and ACHV. And I took $6,600 of profit on SLNO in the first 10 minutes. So that was actually that's not true. No. I did 2,000 or something. Anyway, we'll see in the video. I did a couple of thousand in profits on SLNO in the first 10 minutes, and I took this small loss on HAIR, and I tried ACHV, but it didn't go that far, so I just scalped it quickly. I mean, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Where is it? ACHV. Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. So yeah, 9:30 it started flushing, and I thought, okay, let me try the buyback here for a potential red to green move, and I buy in here, and let me get this up so we can see look at this a little bit larger. So I bought here, and then as it was shooting back up for a quick turnaround, I sold half, and then as it didn't move further up, I sold the rest here for, as you can see, a small profit. Now, let's look at SLNO real quick. But in any case, you can see I took a lot of trades. And the first few trades, you can see only a couple of trades here. And then actually, yeah, I took most of my trades in the 15 minutes from 1945 to 10. And this is where I got to $6,600 of profit. And then I took a very bad trade. And in fact, before I move on, I got really lucky on SLNO and on RVP. So SLNO, as I said, I was up 6,600 by 10 a.m. and then I took that trade here, which went bad, and I just added. I just kept adding around the EMA, which I was really worried about. I mean, I've been excuse me, I added because historically, like recently, yesterday and the day before, for example, there were quite a few stocks that acted like this, and they held their level and then they broke out quickly. Yesterday, actually, ATOS did not. Oh yeah, that's a good counterexample for the afternoon. Look at this afternoon here. I shot the video yesterday at around this area. Let me zoom in here. In this area, and I expected it to come right out of to shoot back up later on. But look at this flush. That's, I think, almost $1 for 40. Yeah, it's 80 or 90 cents that it dropped. And I actually had a position here, and then here I added. But then it took a really long time to come back up, and then here I took good profits. Eventually, it went even higher, but I wasn't there to watch this. This was already largely, look, here it's like 4. This is around 4, so this happened at the end of the market. In any case, it flushed in the late afternoon. It flushed just now as well. But I was just in the early morning. What happened was a lot of consolidation, and then eventually it would break out for at least a little bit, not too much, but a little bit, and I could scalp these small moves here. Let me go back here, like here for example. I think I scalped here and then maybe a smaller one here, and I don't know. I think I missed this one. But in any case, like you see all this whip wrap, and I've been doing quite well on this going up and down, back and forth, which is essentially range trading. So I did really well on that. So that's why I expected the same thing today with SLNO, and it went really bad here, really bad. And by this time, I couldn't add anymore. So this was, I took some profits here. You can see there's a red arrow. I should have taken more profits. That would have been roughly break even. But it flushed too fast after, so I couldn't get out. So I just added instead. And then here, eventually, it came back up. And then I sold for a good profit. I mean, a really good profit, $6,000. But it took a while. And the same thing happened on RVP, which is going to be here. Same thing happened on RVP. You see here, it was just around 9:40. It started spiking quite quickly, and I just opened the chart and I added immediately. This was pure FOMO, pure just buying in emotionally to, well, hoping it might continue, and it didn't continue, and it flushed quite hard, as you can see here. And then I added again, and I added again, and then eventually it came up, and I made a good profit. But this was a very bad trade. And the same with SLNO. That was a very bad trade. So my conclusion is that after a bunch of good green trades, I often end with a very bad red trade. So that's something I really have to be careful about. And I think my overconfidence in my trading performance of the previous minutes causes me to take much larger positions, which of course is very risky. So yeah, and also I'm now quite good at trading the first 10 minutes after the bell rings, because when it's most volatile, there's usually really good opportunities. So I'm doing quite well in those few minutes, and then it gets more difficult, especially on Friday. So yes, that was my performance today. I did a good job in the first 10 minutes, and that was also I have to say, because the pre-market was again really quite active. There were a couple of stocks that were already trading millions of shares, and they were already up 30 or even 100% or 80%. I think SLNO was up 90% pre-market. So that was a really big move already, and because of quite an active, you can see here my watch list is reasonably long. I mean, that for Friday, this is a long list, and it just shows these were all stocks that had significant volume and significant price swings right in the pre-market. So it looked very active. So the first 10 minutes were really good because of the active pre-market. And then it got momentum kind of slowed down, and it got a lot more difficult to trade. And just because I got extremely lucky, I ended up with 15,000. It could have just as well been a red day. So that's something that's really important, something that I really have to be careful with. All right, let's just go right into the video so you guys can see the first, let's say, 30 minutes, and then we're going to look at a couple of specific trades, but not too much, because let's focus on the first 10 minutes. Let's go. Let me speed this up. 3x is fine. You can see we have 30 seconds. 30 seconds until the bell rings, and I'm watching Hair, ACHV, and SLNO. And the microphone didn't work for the last few minutes. I don't know how much was missing. Um, I hope it wasn't too much. I'm sorry. I was talking about these stocks, and I was trading them all at the same time. And as you can see, I took decent profits. Um, in just the first minutes. And what I wanted to point out is that here I took this loss very quickly. So it's a relatively small loss for 6,000 shares. I waited for this pullback to break out again, and it didn't happen, so I sold. And here I bought at the bottom, expecting it to go back up now, and it does pull back a little bit, or pull back up a little bit. But then, as I see no momentum, I sell with a small profit. And SLNO, on the other hand, I got in here on this pullback, it's a micro pullback within the same 1 minute candle. And then as it comes out, I start selling. And then as I see another pullback, I buy in again. And then I sell as I see it's not, as I notice that it's not moving any further. So that was the first 8 minutes of my day. And already I'm up $500, right? So for a day that I thought of going into very carefully, I'm very, very satisfied with this. Now let's move. Let me find my list of trades. Let's move a little bit further. Oh yeah, well, at 11 minutes, in about 1 minute. What happened? 9:42. Oh yeah. Sorry, I got a little bit too far ahead. No. Oh, 9:41. Okay, sorry. So here is RVP, and you see this one spiking. I should go back. You have to see my pure FOMO. So I'm looking at RKDA right now, right? And there's nothing interesting going on any of these charts. So let me speed up here. Eventually here I will type in RVP, and then I will buy immediately, which is pure FOMO. I didn't think too much about this one, and it didn't go too well. Oh yeah, I typed in the wrong one. Here I see this one, and I see it flushing up, and I buy. And right at the high of day, I get in at 119. The high is 120. So, and then it starts flushing really low, and I'm down 2,000, almost 3,000 there for a minute. So this is very bad, right? And yeah, there's nothing going on for the next few minutes. Where is it? Here. 9:46. You see, now I'm down still almost 1,000, and now it's 2,000, 6,000, 2,600. It goes really far. Where are we? 9:47. We have 18. Oh yeah, I should look at my recorder here. At about this time, I'm getting in here exactly, and bam! It breaks out. That was a really quick breakout. And I was watching it here, and you see, I should go into this for a little bit. Let me pause this real quick. I should go into this real quick. So as you can see, it kind of topped at, what was this? 330, I think. And it went down. It touched it again. Went down. Touched it again. And at this point in time, it's, as you can see, it's a very narrow flag forming, and it's respecting the EMA, the moving averages. So this is looking good. It's looking very strong still. So as it's coming up here again, I buy into it at just the right time. In fact, here you can see, well, okay, you can see several. My first buy-in only got partially filled because it was moving so fast. And then I take profits as it comes up. And I'm now up 1,400 here. Of course, I'm down 3,300 here. So this is still anyone's game. It could be that I'm making money. It could be that I'm losing money on this one. So this is why I'm saying I took really bad trades. This is a terrible, terrible trade, and I just got really lucky on this one. I should not have bought into it in the first place. It was already too extended. Had I gone in here, this would have been okay to buy in. But in here, that was just too risky, and simply I didn't think about it. I just bought in, and as you can see, I hit the bid 3 times. So I'm going in really heavy on this one, and it's just a very bad idea, very bad idea. Here, I'm slowly taking trades. The thing with this, I kind of want to, yesterday I decided I want to try to minimize my scaling out the number of times I scale out of a position. So instead of selling here or hitting this hitting this my selling button, my selling hotkey, 1 2 3 oh excuse me 1 2 3 4 5 times, I want to hit it like 2 or maximum 3 times, because then I'll save commission. But I'm not quite good at that yet, especially with these large positions. And here, again, a lot of positions, but I'm now up 3,900, which is really good. And now, even if I lose this one, I look to at least break even. And now this is 4,800. You see, it just keeps rising. I still have 3,000 in this, and I keep selling, and now I'm up 6,600. And then my mistakes start up in a couple minutes. So now we're in 25. Yes, let's look. 24, 24, 26. Sorry. I'm buying in here for the pullback, and that's a mistake because it's not going anything. And I realize this, so I do sell immediately. So this was actually good. I lose only $300 on this one. So that was a reasonable reaction, right? Although it does actually eventually break out a lot higher, and I regret this one. But this was a bad buy-in, and I took a minimum loss of it, and then this happens. But you see how much it's struggling, and this is already 4x the speed, so it's moving really slowly, this stock. RTTR, I think we just missed RTTR, but that was a trade that didn't really do anything. I don't know where it was. We can go look at it in my simulator in a minute. But RTTR was just a very brief trade, and I think I bought it 129 or 130, and it didn't break 130. So then I sold. And here now, finally, I'm getting into an area where I'm making some profits. Here, yeah, look at this. Now this was a pure, hopeful buy, and I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna break past this one, 440. I get in at 440, 438, and then it starts just fading, and it takes 20 minutes for it to come back. It keeps fading. Now 8,000. I keep adding, of course, which is, I don't know why I can't stop doing this. Yeah, here, this one I sold eventually for a very nice profit. 1,700 already, and still got a couple of thousand in that position. So here, this would be a good time to scale out. I could just sell everything here and then have a minor loss. And you see, I sell 7,500. So 1/4. I sold 1/4 here, and I lost money, of course. This put me down another 700. And then I buy in again. This was also a really bad trade. So this was a time for me, seeing that it's hitting this very obvious resistance and it's flagging. It's flagging. It could still, as it comes out of the flag, it could fall. It could flush really fast, and that's what it ends up doing. Actually, it does end up flushing, and then eventually it comes back out, and then I take profits. But those were bad trades, so I'm not satisfied with my trading performance here on these two stocks. At least in the later time of day, I did make good profits in the beginning, but then here was when my bad trading started. And this one, I got out immediately, but it did turn out well. And then, of course, my feeling of FOMO just increased. So there was the microphone gone again. So yeah, this is it. In the end, I got lucky, but my trading is still a little bit lackluster. But the good thing is, I know between 9:30 and 9:40, my trading is relatively reliable. My performance is relatively reliable, and I can make some profits then, and then I just have to be really careful. So yeah, with that, let me finish this video. I can show you RTTR real quick. Where is it? RTTR. My trade, yeah, here. I got in here. Let me get this a little bit larger. You see here how it's spiking, and here's a pullback, so I buy into this, but then it hits 32, and it doesn't break it. It comes back down, and I start selling because I see it's not. I think it hits it again, and then I start selling, seeing that it's not breaking it. Then, of course, eventually it breaks it, but only, what is this? This is like 3 cents. It breaks it for 3 cents, so that's not really worth it. So yeah, got out of this one carefully for a minute profit. RVP, kind of a bad lucky trade. SLNO, in the end, a bad lucky trade. Oh damn, it just did a nice. Oh yeah, we at the beginning of the video this happened. And here it was good trade. I got out quickly. ACHV was okay. Did we look at ACHV? I think we did, right? Oh yeah. This was a good trade. And CLRB we didn't look at yet. CLRB, same kind of thing. It starts spiking. I take profits. I buy here in at the lower end of this pullback, thinking that it's probably gonna come back up. And if not, if it just comes back a little bit, at least my loss will be smaller. Now it does go quite high, and I sell here and here and here for a okay profit. So this was an okay trade. I was managing my risk reasonably well, unlike RVP and SLNO. All right, with that, let me finish this video. I hope you learned something today, and yeah, I hope this is a motivation for you. I'm gonna start trading with real money next week, so that's gonna be very interesting. Let's see how that goes, and yeah, wish me luck. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye bye.